Well, baseball fans, we have made it to the final weekend of the season. 3 days left. Everything is linear. Every team has played 159 games. Friday is game 160, Saturday is game 161, and Sunday is game 162, with all the games on Sunday starting at the same time, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. And 2 days after that ends, this begins. Major League Baseball's postseason. It is almost here. And now, every final weekend still has quite a few things left to decide, and in such close and dramatic fashion. And this year is no exception. And there's a lot left to put together, and it's going to be interesting. So let's talk about it, shall we? The National League, the senior circuit. Quite a bit has been locked in for the National League entering this final weekend. All three divisions are clinched. The Phillies, Brewers, and Dodgers won their respective divisions. We know that the Brewers and Phillies have byes straight to the division series. The Dodgers won the West, but they'll be the number 3 team. The Cubs and the Padres also postseason bound, and they're locked into a wild card series against each other, but home field still up for grabs. And I mentioned the Dodgers. They'll play in the other series against either one of these teams. It's a 3-team race for that last spot in the National League, and it's the Mets, Reds, and Diamondbacks all vying for that one remaining spot. Entering the final week, it was actually the Reds who were above the playoff line via tiebreaker, but they dropped 2 out of 3 to the Pirates, so that set them back. The Diamondbacks had to deal with the Dodgers, and they dropped 2 out of 3 there at home. But the Mets, they had a tough task. They were in Wrigley facing a Cubs team that was already playoff ready. But the Mets took 2 out of 3 in Wrigley, and as a result, it's New York up top in that race for that last spot. The Reds are 1 game behind, and the Diamondbacks are 2 games behind, which is not a good place to be with only the weekend left. So as for the final weekend, the Mets are going to be in Miami, the Reds are in Milwaukee, and the Diamondbacks are at home hosting the Padres. Diamondbacks need a miracle. They kind of need to win out and need some help elsewhere. The Reds need to sweep that series and hope the Mets lose one. The Mets right now have a magic number of 3 to get in, which meaning at most all they have to do is sweep that series and they'll be in the postseason. Or they could get some help elsewhere. I mean, it looks like it could happen. I mean, the Reds are playing the Brewers, so it should be interesting to see how that goes. While the National League is pretty much cut and dry, the American League still has quite a bit to decide. Entering the final weekend, 3 teams have clinched spots. The only division clinch was the AL West, and that was the Seattle Mariners, winning the division for the first time in 24 years. The Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Yankees are also postseason bound, but there's still quite a bit to decide, such as, it's amazing, isn't it? A team went from being in 3rd place entering this month, 10.5 games out, and in a division that was over ever since around June. And then with 3 days left, these 2 teams are knotted at first place in the American League Central. The Guardians and the Tigers are tied for first. And this happened after their head-to-head series. Their head-to-head 3-game set saw the Guardians take 2 out of 3 at home, but Detroit got the last win. Even so, the Guardians got the season series, and as a result, they have the tiebreaker. Their magic number to clinch the division is 3. Their magic number to actually clinch at least the postseason spot is 2. So if they take 2 out of 3, they're in. If they sweep their series, they win the division. Cleveland is at home against the Texas Rangers, while the Tigers face off against these guys. It's amazing. The Red Sox actually did look good to start the season. And then they traded Rafael Devers, and that made them better. Boston is definitely on the road to the postseason, and they have a pretty easy road to enter the final weekend. Their match number to get in is just one. Just beat the Tigers once, and they get in. No problem. 1 out of 3, that can be done. And there's also another way that the Red Sox can get in the postseason. It requires these guys losing. That day is upon us, baseball fans. The end of the Astros. It's going to be beautiful. Houston definitely did not help themselves when they were swept at home by the Mariners, which pretty much decided the division. And even worse, they lost 2 out of 3 to the lowly Athletics. They took the last game, but still, they entered the final weekend behind the postseason line, 1 game behind Detroit for that last spot. Now, here's the thing. Houston's tragic number, which is the opposite of a magic number, is down to 2. If they lose, Boston is in. If they lose, the Guardians win and the Tigers win, then the Tigers, Guardians, and Red Sox are in, and Houston is done. Houston could be eliminated as well. Today's officially Friday, so Houston could actually be eliminated as soon as today. Yeah, if they lose, and Cleveland and Detroit both win, Houston is done, kaput, out of the playoffs for the first time since 2016. Yeah. So that's going to be a happy, happy day when they get ousted. But in the immortal words of the legendary Vanessa Williams, I have saved the best for last. It's been tough. It's been a trying few months. But despite it all, against all odds, we're tied for first. We are tied for first with Toronto. We entered the final week behind by 2 games. We played the White Sox, thank goodness. We swept that series because that comes with playing the White Sox. Toronto lost 2-3 in Boston. Of course, the fact that Yankee fans actually had to go for the Red Sox, strange bedfellows, am I right? But yeah, so Toronto lost 2-3 at home. Now they won the last game, but that kept them in first place via tiebreaker. Toronto has head-to-head. Final weekend. Jays are at home against the Rays. We're at home against the Orioles. Jays win the division, they win out, at most. We win the division if we win out and the Jays lose one. We can't do this. Oh, and it gets better. Whoever wins that division will get the number 1 seed in the American League because Seattle's locked in at number 2. And whoever wins the Central is going to host a wild card series against, well, they might be playing each other, Cleveland, Detroit. So, but whoever wins the East will get that number 1 seed, get that bye straight to the division series, and get home field throughout that American League half. We can do this. We fought and scratched and clawed, and now we're basically a combination of 4 wins away. Just got to win out and hope Toronto loses one. But we can do this. So all I got to say is I'm ready for the final weekend. And my link above, that's the story on Vocal. Check it out. If you like this video, click the like button. If you're on YouTube, click subscribe for more. On TikTok and Instagram, if you hit that follow button. And next time I talk baseball, it'll be to get you ready for the postseason. Well, unless the Yankees win a division before that, then I'll be in a congratulatory mood on here.